You've heard of the Lions Club. Do you know what they do?
Yeah, the Lions Club. They help people with sight and with hearing.
Don't they give glasses to people that can't afford them and maybe help with operations or something like that?
They wear the funny hats.
I know it's like White Cane Day in front of Safeways is kind of part of their...
Honey, your game starts at 9, so we'll have to leave in about 10 minutes, okay?
The Northwest Lions Foundation for Sight and Hearing currently operates one of the leading eye banks in the world and has provided more than 30,000 cornea sight-restoring transplants worldwide. The Lions Clubs International, well known for their humanitarian services, was founded in 1917 by Chicago businessman Melvin Jones, who believed people needed to give back to their community. In 1925, Helen Keller traveled to the Lions Convention and spoke of how she overcame her own disabilities of sight and hearing loss. In 1969, the Northwest Lions Clubs made a giant step in the challenge of sight preservation and restoration when it formed the Northwest Lions Eye Bank. In 1979, they would expand their special sight mission to include those who are deaf and hard of hearing. Today, Northwest Lions Foundation partners with Lions Clubs in Washington and northern Idaho to help improve the quality of life in sight and hearing impaired individuals, one neighbor at a time. So how does the process of a sight-restoring cornea transplant start? Unfortunately, it starts with, well, let's just look at the tape and see.
My grandmother was a really special person. She was probably one of the most giving people I've ever known, and she loved to give presents. I remember when they first called me, I couldn't really believe what I had heard. All I remember is dropping the phone, running frantically to the car, and then driving to the hospital. The hospital was only minutes away, but it felt like it took me forever to get there, and when I walked through the emergency room doors, I just knew it wasn't good. My mom was crying, and my dad was trying to comfort her, and when I asked how Grandma was, Dad just started to cry. It's been over a year now, but it's still really hard to talk about. I really miss her. But this really sad part of my life has brought our family a lot closer together. Especially when we found out that Grandma had left a special gift.
We'll hear more of Laura's story in our next segment. Although the Northwest Lions Eye Bank's primary focus is on providing sight preservation and restoration services to needy recipients in the Northwest, its pervasive footprint reaches out across the United States and around the world. For 4 consecutive years, the Northwest Lions Eye Bank provided more corneas for sight-restoring transplants than any other in the nation. They also provide the best-trained professionals to meet with and consult the families of both donors and recipients. To ensure safe preservation of donor tissue, the eye bank strives to maintain the shortest possible window between a donor's expiration and the preservation of the donated cornea tissue. In most cases, the transplant occurs in less than 7 days from the time of preservation. In the past, recipients would have to wait days, even months, for a cornea transplant. In the United States alone, approximately 35,000 people need cornea replacements each year. How do you think their quality of life would improve if they could just see?
Sweetie, did you find all your gear okay? Okay.
Hearing loss affects more people in the United States than heart disease, cancer, tuberculosis, and kidney disease combined. Yet despite the magnitude of the problem, Hearing studies attract less than 1% of dollars spent on medical research. So the Lions Foundation stepped in by providing direct hearing assistance to low-income populations, funding hearing research grants, and operating preventive programs touching 100,000 people per year. The Foundation's endowment fund has committed $250,000 to a hearing research project led by internationally renowned neuroscientist Dr. J.T. Rubenstein at the Lions Hearing Research Laboratory in Seattle. The research found that permanent hearing loss is the most prevalent birth defect in the U.S. That's why they've partnered with Children's Hospital to establish LEAP, resulting in an 85% increase in newborn testing for hearing loss before they leave the hospital. In 2003, the Foundation established the Audient Alliance for Accessible Hearing Care. This program was launched nationally in 2005. The program enables low-income individuals to receive hearing care and 2 hearing aids for about $1,000. The Northwest Lions Hearing Aid Bank has provided hearing aids to more than 1,500 people. Over 100,000 people in the Northwest have been helped by the Northwest Lions Foundation. This year alone, their 62-foot medically equipped Lions Screening Mobile Unit will travel throughout Washington and northern Idaho to give free health screenings for glaucoma, diabetes, high blood pressure, and sight and hearing, screening more than 26,000 children and adults for potentially life-threatening health problems. In Japan, over 1/3 of cornea transplant tissue comes from the Northwest Lions Eye Bank. They also help countries develop their own donor development systems, screenings, and tissue preservation and distribution programs. You can support their special community fundraising days for sight and hearing, known as White Cane Days and Golden Ear Days. It's all about improving the quality of life for the seeing and hearing impaired. Thousands of children are helped each year, bringing new hope for a future that is brighter than ever before, thanks to the Northwest Lions Foundation for Sight and Hearing and people like you. Let's pick up with Laura's story where we left off.
Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever meet that person who got Grandma's eyesight. I feel a connection with them. I don't know if I will ever meet that person, but most of all, I'm just glad that Grandma was able to help someone see again. It's like her last and most valuable gift.
How's it going, Sarah, sweetie? You have everything you need?
Yeah, I'm almost done. I just need to write one last thing.
Okay. All right, I'll see you in the car.
Okay. Although I may never meet you in person, I just wanted to say thank you.
Sarah's life has been changed forever. So has the family that donated to her new eyesight. The Northwest Lions Foundation is here to help, and we need you to partner with us. Help us improve everyone's quality of life, one person at a time.